Let's start with that price cut and specifically why you felt it was necessary to do this in the grocery stores.
First, thanks for having me. Our mission is to completely replace animals as part of the food system. We don't need to consume animals to get our protein. It's harmful for the environment. And if we can build a product that tastes as good as the animal, we're going to win. But that product has to be priced properly. And so over the last year, our footprint in retail has grown from about 200 stores to 17,000 stores. Our production's up ninefold over the last 18 months or so. So with that scale, we're getting efficiencies in our production system. We're seeing lower unit costs, and we're passing those on to consumers. And that's our strategy.
Your strategy, probably also the strategy of a few other competitors when it comes to the faux meat avenue. I'm looking at, of course, Beyond Meat, but they've been having big rollouts, for example, in some of the fast food chains. How much are you seeing meat as the key competitor when it comes to price, but also the other fake meats on market?
Yeah, so we absolutely are competing with the cow. 80% of our consumers in retail are switching from another animal meat product, and 11% are net new to the category, so they're not buying in the fresh meat aisle at all. So we really don't, our business is not growing because people are switching from other plant-based products. They're switching from the animal product because our product's delicious, it's better for you, no cholesterol, lower saturated fat, lower calories, and people are more and more aware of the impact of what they eat on the environment.
Are you betting on lower prices, higher volume, and maybe some of the more direct-to-consumer to compensate maybe for squeezing margins that you're getting on restaurants as some of those restaurants remain shut down?
Yeah, we're betting that eventually we're going to have to price at the same price as commodity-based beef, right? Right now, even with these price reductions, we're in the range of organic grass-fed beef, which is a good market, but the vast majority of the market is priced lower than that. So as we scale up, we're going to have to keep moving prices down. On the food service side, we've actually done quite well with our larger operators like Starbucks, Burger King, Qdoba, all having very strong digital and delivery options. So although COVID has absolutely impacted our smaller operators quite detrimentally, those bigger operators continue to fire away.
When we talk about expansion of the business, specifically organic expansion here, you have to talk about new products, Dennis. I am curious as to whether there's some sort of ceiling there where there's only sort of so many things that you can replicate or replace on our tables, on our dinner tables. We know about the burgers and the sausages. I mean, what else is next for Impossible Foods there?
Well, you'd be surprised. So the global market for meat is 1 trillion pounds, right? And we're just scratching the surface. In the US, the entire plant-based category is less than 1% of total volume. Our household penetration is around 1%. So we look at that as massive upside. And yeah, that's going to mean that we're getting into new categories beyond ground beef, sausage you mentioned. We've previewed a pork product, so look for that at some point. Obviously chicken and steak and milk all are interesting for us, and we've demonstrated some products there in the lab that we would expect to scale up. But there's a huge opportunity, and we're so early in this whole game that it's very exciting for us.
It's exciting. This game, though, coming at a time where the U.S. economy faces significant pressure. We're coming out and still within a health crisis. It's an economic crisis. It's particularly also a social crisis. In terms of being able to target all spectrum of people who want to buy, do you think your price is low enough to ensure that those who are feeling the economic impact right now can afford it?
Yeah, I mean, in some places, we've actually done a good job of getting our price to be competitive. So Burger King, for example, Burger King is a affordable place that anybody can eat, a White Castle as well. So we have lots of outlets to get our product out there at reasonable prices. It was really important for us to lower the price in grocery stores because that's where the vast majority of Americans are going to buy their meat. And so this is a step in the right direction. Again, it's not the end point. The end point is going to be to get down to that what we call 80-20 ground beef price, which is your commodity beef. That's some time away. But each time that we see these advantages in scale and we start seeing our margins grow, we're going to pass that along to consumers.